Hello, I'm Space Explorer. Space is breathtaking, but it's also brutally unforgiving. Today we're counting down the 5 most perilous journeys ever attempted beyond Earth. These missions push the limits of human courage and technology, where survival was never guaranteed. Each story is a reminder. Every step into the cosmos is a leap into the unknown. So buckle up as we explore survival, sacrifice, and the sheer tenacity of the human spirit in the face of ultimate adversity. Let's begin. Our countdown begins with Apollo 13, a mission that redefined crisis in space. Launched in April 1970, it was supposed to be the third moon landing. Jim Lovell, Jack Swigert, and Fred Hayes were on board, and everything seemed routine, until disaster struck. 56 hours in, an oxygen tank exploded. Houston, we've had a problem. The blast crippled their spacecraft, killing power, water, and their ride home. The lunar landing was scrapped. Now, it was a fight for survival. The lunar module, designed for 2 men on the moon, became a lifeboat for 3. They endured freezing temperatures, rationed water, and a dangerous buildup of carbon dioxide. The CO2 scrubbers didn't fit. Engineers on the ground improvised a solution with plastic bags, cardboard, and duct tape. The crew built it, and it worked, buying them precious time. With guidance systems unreliable, they navigated manually, using the sun and earth for alignment. Every move had to be perfect. There was no margin for error. After days in the cold, they powered up the command module for re-entry, hoping it would work. Miraculously, it did. Apollo 13 splashed down safely, a successful failure that taught NASA invaluable lessons about crisis management and human ingenuity. The mission stands as a testament to teamwork, quick thinking, and the will to survive. It's a story not just of machines but of people, facing the void and refusing to give up. Against all odds, they made it home. Apollo 13 remains one of the greatest survival stories in space history. The world watched and learned just how thin the line is between disaster and triumph. Next, we turn to a tragedy that changed spaceflight forever. Number 4 is Soyuz 11, a mission that ended in silent tragedy. In June 1971, Georgy Dobrovolsky, Vladislav Volkov, and Viktor Patsayev became the first crew to occupy a space station, Salyut 1. For 23 days they worked in orbit, setting endurance records and paving the way for future missions. Their return seemed routine, until disaster struck during re-entry. A pressure valve malfunctioned, opening too soon and causing rapid depressurization. The crew, not wearing pressure suits, had only seconds to react. Mission Control was unaware. The capsule landed perfectly, but recovery teams found all 3 cosmonauts lifeless. The cause, a single faulty valve. Soyuz 11 remains the only case of humans dying in space itself, above the Kármán line. The tragedy led to immediate changes. From then on, all Soyuz crews wore pressure suits during critical phases. Their sacrifice forced a vital redesign and saved future lives. Soyuz 11 is a stark reminder, even routine moments in space can turn deadly in an instant. The lessons learned echo through every mission that followed. Number 3 is the Challenger disaster, a tragedy that shook the world. January 28, 1986. Challenger launched with 7 crew including teacher Krista McAuliffe. The morning was unusually cold. Engineers warned about the O-rings in the solid rocket boosters. Despite concerns, the launch went ahead. 73 seconds after liftoff, Challenger broke apart in a fireball. All 7 astronauts were lost. The cause, cold temperatures, compromised the O-ring seals, allowing hot gases to escape and destroy the shuttle. The nation watched in horror as dreams of routine spaceflight shattered. The Rogers Commission investigation led to major redesigns and a new safety culture at NASA. Challenger's loss forced a hard look at decision-making and risk in spaceflight. The tragedy grounded the shuttle fleet for nearly 3 years. Challenger's legacy is one of both heartbreak and hard-won lessons. It reminds us, space is never routine, and every voice of caution matters. The courage of the crew endures, inspiring future generations. We move now to a mission where disaster was averted by sheer skill. Number 2 is Gemini 8, a mission that nearly ended in disaster. March 1966, Neil Armstrong and David Scott set out to perform the first docking in space. The docking succeeded, but moments later their spacecraft began spinning uncontrollably. At first they suspected the target vehicle, but the spin worsened. The cause, a stuck thruster on Gemini 8 firing non-stop. The capsule spun at 1 revolution per second, threatening to knock the astronauts unconscious. Armstrong undocked, but the spin accelerated. With the main system compromised, he used the re-entry thrusters, normally reserved for landing, to regain control. It was a desperate move, but it worked. The mission was cut short. They made an emergency splashdown far from the planned site. Armstrong and Scott survived, but the ordeal highlighted the dangers of technical failure in space. Gemini 8 was NASA's first in-space emergency, proving the need for quick thinking and piloting skill. The lessons learned shaped future missions and safety protocols. Armstrong's calm under pressure became legendary. Sometimes survival in space comes down to seconds and skill. Number 1 is Columbia, a mission doomed by hidden damage. January 16, 2003, Columbia launched on a science mission with 7 crew. During ascent, a piece of foam struck the left wing, damaging its heat shield. Engineers debated the risk, but the mission continued. 16 days later, Columbia re-entered Earth's atmosphere. Superheated plasma entered the damaged wing, melting its structure from within. The shuttle broke apart over Texas and Louisiana. All 7 astronauts were lost. The Columbia Accident Investigation Board confirmed the foam strike as the cause. But deeper issues were revealed: communication breakdowns, and a culture that underestimated recurring risks. The disaster grounded the shuttle fleet for over 2 years and led to sweeping safety reforms. Inspections, on-orbit repairs, and a renewed focus on risk became standard. Columbia's loss contributed to the decision to retire the shuttle program. The tragedy underscored that even small, overlooked problems can be fatal in space. The lessons from Columbia are a sobering reminder. Returning home is as dangerous as leaving Earth. The crew's dedication to science and exploration endures. Their sacrifice changed spaceflight forever. The journey to the stars is never without risk. These 5 missions reveal the razor's edge of space exploration, where triumph and tragedy are never far apart. From Apollo 13's survival to the heartbreak of Soyuz 11, Challenger, and Columbia, these stories show the immense risks astronauts face. Each disaster led to new safety measures and deeper understanding. Yet the human spirit endures. We keep reaching for the stars. Which mission do you find most intense? Share your thoughts below. If you found these stories compelling, like and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. Thank you for watching.